Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. If this video has found you, there's a message here for you, but please take what resonates and leave the rest. So today I wanted to talk to you about World War III. It is spiritual, it's already happening, and the battlefield is in the mind. You know, mind control is something that has been used since the beginning of time to make people believe and think that one thing is going on in order to distract them from what's really going on. You know, the world is a crazy place right now. We have mentally unstable people with undiagnosed psychoses in positions of power. And there's this kind of collective depression going on that I feel with all of these injustices that are being revealed, exposed. I feel like these are things that have always been going on. We're just being made more aware of how people feel, what people are doing, what people have planned. I did a video, I want to say back in 2023 or 2022, that talked about this mass exposure. People being exposed on the macro and the micro, in your personal life and in the collective energies, being exposed for who they really are and what they really stand for. We've been seeing people switching sides and changing up and making alliances based on money and convenience. And just for us as a collective, everything is more expensive. It's harder for some people to find a job. And people are staying in jobs that they want to leave because they're afraid that they won't be able to find anything else. Some people have even taken pay cuts and demotions. And what's really interesting to me is that people in positions of authority are deciding that other people should go back to where they came from, especially here in the US, where this is stolen land to begin with. That's very confusing to me. But, you know, we have a lot that we're dealing with, fake news and AI. Nobody knows what's real anymore. I've been thinking about this quote that I read in a book called I Am That. It's written by Nisargadatta Maharaj. Okay, he's a non-dualistic yoga type teacher. And he said that in my world, nothing ever goes wrong. In my world, nothing ever goes wrong. That's a very profound statement. So I wanted to kind of break that down with three absolute truths. What you focus on expands. That's the first one. The second one is what you give out comes back to you. And the third one is what you believe about yourself and about life becomes the truth for you. How do we win in this World War III? How do we win this battlefield in our minds? Because that's what it really is. You know, we can protest and fight with people and argue with coworkers and do all those things. Unfortunately, that's not going to change anything. All it's going to do is probably get you in trouble, or shadow banned on the internet, or blocked by somebody, possibly even fired or arrested. Understand that there's no such thing as free speech. Everything that you say and do can and will be used against you. Now, I'm not saying to be quiet or to be silenced. I'm not saying to not say what you need to say. I'm just saying that understand that there are consequences to what you say and what you do. In order for us to be victorious in what I'm calling World War III, the battlefield of the mind, you have to understand that you cannot solve a problem from the same level that the problem was created from. So you can protest and argue and fight all you want. You can think that your vote counts all you want. But the true way to win this World War III is with 3 steps. The first one is to maintain a strong spiritual connection. That should go without saying. But more important now than ever before, you need to stay connected to your spiritual team so that you can, first of all, be able to use your discernment correctly and be able to differentiate between what's true and what isn't, what's useful for you to know and what isn't, okay? But also to keep you protected, divinely protected and divinely guided. The second tip is to control your controllables. Tend to your garden. Focus on what it is that you can control. This will empower you, okay? Imagine if everybody were to do that, to focus on their life and what it is that they control, what it is that they can improve in their life. The macro is created by the micro, right? The third tip is to disconnect. Disconnect from the news, disconnect from social media, certain social media hashtags and algorithms, especially if it's affecting your emotional state, especially if it's getting you into an energy of feeling angry and defeated and pessimistic and hopeless. Now, I'm not saying to not be aware. I'm not saying to be delusional about what's going on. We do need to be paying attention. We do need to be aware of world events, but you don't have to be inundated. You can affirm to yourself that everything that I need to know will be revealed to me. You can only focus on what you can control. You're the only one that can maintain your strong spiritual connection. And if you're deciding to spend more time connecting to situations, people, and things that you cannot control, then that's less time that you're spending working on your spiritual connection and the things that you can control. It's up to you to decide how you're going to focus your energy, how you're going to use your energy. And I would suggest that you focus on self-love, controlling your controllables, maintaining a strong spiritual connection, and disconnecting from anything that's lowering your vibration. That's how you're going to win in this World War III. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.